Hi and welcome to this SOLIDWORKS tutorial for a festive ceramic cookie plate. This tutorial will demonstrate the use of the wrap feature against spline surfaces to create an embossed plate design. The DXF file for the holly design is available to download from the blog. You will need this to follow the tutorial. Open in a new part, start a new sketch onto the front plane. I'm going to create the profile of the plate. Using the centre line, draw a 3mm line up from the axis. Then take the line and draw a 30mm line from the top of the centre line. Follow down by 3mm, across by 3, and up again by 3 to create the plate's foot ring. Keeping the line, hover over the last point until it highlights orange to change the line to an arc. Sketch the arc with an 80mm radius, then draw a 20mm line for the plate's edge. To fully define the sketch, add smart dimensions. From this point to here, this should be 8mm. Then select Revolve. When the warning appears asking would you like to close the sketch, click No. Revolve will then open and the plate profile will revolve as a thin feature. Change the thickness of the thin feature to 3mm and OK. Looking at the plate with section view, I want to add a rounded foot ring to the flat area here. Selecting this inner face of the plate, select the dome feature. Change the dome dimension to 1mm and OK. Then select the underside face of the plate, open the dome feature again and reverse the direction of the dome to go inwards like this. Turning on section view again, you can see the softer plate profile. Next, open the fillet feature. Change the fillet dimension to 1.5mm and fillet the inner plate faces, the outer edge, the inner face joining the foot ring, the bottom face of the plate and the inner face here, then apply it. I need to make copies of the plate to create a more detailed wrap pattern by applying individual wraps onto each plate and combining the parts together at the end. Select and move/copy bodies, select the plate for the part to copy and change the number of copies to 3. Ensure copy is ticked here and apply the feature. You can see in the solid bodies drop down I now have 4 plates. I need a new plane above the plate, so selecting the top plane, hold Ctrl on your keyboard and drag up a new plane. Change the distance of the plane to 20mm. View the new plane from the top and with it selected go to Insert, DXF/DWG and open the Holly DXF file. Untick the Import as Reference box here and select Next. You then need to change the import units to millimeters and select Finish. When the DXF comes in as a sketch, select it all and use Move Entities to move the sketch from the endpoint of the centre line to the axis. Once it's in place, I need to close the sketch before I can wrap it. Selecting Wrap, select the Holly sketch. Ensure Wrap Type is on Emboss and the wrap method is on Spline Surface. Select the plate's face here, then change the height of the emboss to 0.5mm and apply it. The design becomes embossed onto the curved face of the plate like this. Selecting one of the leaf faces, select Fillet, change the dimension to 3mm, select the other 2 leaf faces and apply the fillet. Turning on shaded view, you can see a better view of the embossed design. Viewing the part from the top, hide the plate with the wrap applied in the solid bodies list. Then select the wrap feature drop down and make the sketch visible for the next wrap. Start a new sketch onto plane 1 and use the perimeter circle to trace over one of the berries. Use the points to do this. Click on points either side of the circle, then select a third point to cover the guide sketch. Close the sketch and open the wrap tool. Select the plate's face for the feature, change the dimension to 1.5mm and OK the wrap. Now selecting the face of the berry, fillet the face by 1.75mm. I can then hide this plate and repeat the process with the next 2 berries. Remember to hide the plate once the berry is applied. When you finish applying the wrap to the last plate, hide the sketch and bring the other 3 plates back into view by selecting them under solid bodies. Now use the Combine tool with Operation Type on Add and select all 4 plates to combine them into one. This is the finished effect of the 4 combined wrap features. I'm now going to add an appearance to the holly before I pattern the design around the plate. Select all the holly leaf faces. It's quicker to do this by selecting them from the features tree. Then edit appearance. I'm applying a porcelain appearance here and changing the colour of the porcelain to this dark green. Feel free to use any shade you want. Then selecting the berry faces, I am applying the porcelain appearance again and changing the colour to a dark red. Before I can use circular pattern, I need a visible axis. So using View, Hide/Show, select Temporary Axis. This will bring the plate axis into view. Now opening circular pattern, select the axis for the pattern axis here, change the instances to 6, then under Features and Faces, click into the Faces box here. Then select all the faces of the leaves and berries of the holly. With all the faces selected, ensure Propagate Visual Properties is ticked here, so that the design patterns with the appearances added. Then OK the feature. Next, selecting this face of the plate, select Fillet. Change the fillet dimension to 0.5mm and apply it. It may take a minute to figure this out. This softens the look of the embossed design, creating a glazed appearance. I'm going to quickly save the part before I continue. Moving on to the detail around the plate's rim, view from the top and start a new sketch onto the face. Selecting this edge of the plate, use Offset Entities, choose the dimension of the offset to 1mm and reverse the direction inwards. Then selecting this edge of the plate, offset this entity by 1mm out like this. Taking the centre line, draw a line from the axis to the top edge of the plate. With the line selected, turn on Dynamic Mirror Entities and draw a line from the axis up to the edge of the circle diagonally like this. Add a dimension between these two lines and input an angle of 2 degrees. Trim away these outer entities apart from the centre line so that you're left with this shape. Add your dimensions to fully define the sketch. Finally, fillet the 4 corners of the shape by 2mm. Use Boss Extrude to extrude the shape by 0.5mm onto the plate. Before patterning the design, fillet the top face by 3mm. Using circular pattern again, select the plate's axis and under Features and Faces, click into the Features box and select the Boss Extrusion and Fillet feature of the design. Change the instances of the pattern to 48 and OK. This creates an embossed design around the top of the plate. To add an appearance to the pattern, select the circular pattern, Fillet and Boss Extrude from the Features tree holding Control. Go to your Appearances. You can then right-click onto the red porcelain and attach to selection. Soften the embossed design by filleting the top face by 0.5mm. Finally, I need to select the remaining faces of the plate for an appearance. Holding Control, select the last fillet feature and the fillet around the holly. Then select all the remaining faces of the plate that have no appearance. Select Edit Appearance and add the porcelain in white. With the plate finished, hide the plane and visible axis. You can view the design shaded to see the smooth embossed design. Here is the finished plate with some cookies that was rendered with SOLIDWORKS Visualize. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.